Hi, I'm Caroline Doss, President of Coptic Solidarity. Coptic Solidarity is a human rights organization that spends all its time spreading global awareness about what's happening with Coptic Christians in Egypt. Over the last 10 years, that has been our mission. Over the last several years, we have had many conferences which have been blessed enough to host hundreds of speakers that ranged from politicians to human rights activists to think tanks to NGOs to government officials. We have had nearly 70 members of Congress and senators appear at our conferences and support the equality for Christians in Egypt. We have actually gone as far as having nearly 12 representatives from the European Parliament and the Canadian Parliament also come to our annual conferences in support of equality for Christians in Egypt. Over the last several years, we have had over 150 meetings with different congressional representatives to brief them on what's happening in Egypt. We have also participated in 5 congressional hearings and have been to the White House on multiple occasions, meeting with White House staffers, current and past administration, to brief them on what's happening in Egypt. We are not just trusted, but also the go-to for information on the current events in Egypt affecting Christians. In the last several years, we have responded to events happening in Egypt that affect Christians by issuing statements and press releases, over 200 in the last few years, bringing that immediate, quick attention on what's happening in Egypt affecting Christians day to day. We have also visited and met with the U.S. State Department officials and many occasions met with the United States Commission on Religious Freedom to discuss what's happening in Egypt and also contribute information to the reports that they issue annually on Egypt each year. We have also participated in many meetings at the United Nations, meeting with representatives, ambassadors from the Security Council members. And we have actually been able to participate in a special European Parliament session that specifically focused on what's happening in Egypt with Coptic Christians. Coptic Solidarity has been working non-stop to effectuate change and to help advocate on behalf of Christians in Egypt. We have met with so many like-minded NGOs, human rights organizations, members of the European Parliament, Canadian Parliament, and members of our US government, constantly, always briefing different members on what's happening in Egypt with Coptic Christians. What we're looking for is a better Egypt for everyone. All citizens equal. We need that equal protection for everyone. Christians need to feel safe when they go to church. Christians need to feel safe in their homes. Christians need to be treated equally like everyone else. Coptic Solidarity never stops working to effectuate change and advocate on behalf of Christians in Egypt. We need to continue spreading that awareness. We need to keep the situation from getting worse. We need to spread that message of equality and equal protection for every single Egyptian citizen. Join us in advocating on behalf of Coptic Christians in Egypt. Go to our website, log on, CopticSolidarity.org. Become a member, make a contribution, write a letter, do something. Advocate on behalf of Christians in Egypt for that equality and for that protection.